I've been thinking a lot about creativity, how you can, in a simple way, think about creativity and improve your creativity by altering something simple, something basic. Let's go. So the idea is, what is the mental model that you use when you are sketching, or you are learning how to sketch, or when you are doing some of your art activity? Is there a way for me to, in a simple way, give you a tip where you can change and alter the mental model in order to be more creative? So I'm going to formulate this in a way that you can understand and apply it in your own art journey. Okay, the big secret is to replace or swap or resequence, and that is the key to better creativity. Let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by this swap or change or resequence, and hopefully you can also find your own way to do the same and be able to execute this creativity mental model, or resequencing if you like, and hopefully that will put on a bulb in your head and you can then create your own formula, and maybe you can even share it with all of us. Okay, I'm going to give you the first example, and it's basically replacing coloring first to shadow first. Well, in other words, in most beginner sketching, you will start with coloring of whatever you're coloring, the roof, the buildings, the people, the figures, and so on, and then you put in the shadow. Well, the trick here is really to put in the shadows, and once you lay down the entire shadow, you will be able to see much better how the shadows is affecting your sketch, and then after that you color. So in other words, you're replacing the sequence of color, shadow to shadow, color. I'll put a link to the video if you have not seen it. It is actually my best hit from all my videos. I think it has clocked over 100,000 views so far, but anyway, go look it up. I'm very sure you will learn something from that if you have not seen the video. Okay, the second example is swapping macro first from micro first. So beginning sketches will always start with the little details, the micro perspective of the scenery, or the scene that they want to sketch. But no, you should start with the macro picture, the broad picture, the big picture of the scene, and then only work towards the micro aspects of it. Get the broad structure right, the micro you can fill in as you go. And again, if you have not seen this video, I will put a link to this video. It's part of a series of what I call sketching loosely. It's tip number 5 of that series, and it should help you. If you've not seen this video, go take a look at it as well. The third example is going to be taken from one of my meandering Monday quote, basically where I break down some quote from somebody and apply it to the artistic journey, or thinking about creativity and so on. This one is from Bruce Lee. I don't fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. This is about swapping many for one. So beginners always like to do many things, like you will be jumping into oil, acrylic, watercolor, sketches, charcoal, and you'll be sketching all sorts of stuff like building figures, flowers and whatever not. No, you focus on one thing. You focus on, say for me, watercolor and Vanda Joachim, which is one of the species, in orchids. And it's one of the flowers among many within the orchids family. So by focusing on one, you would learn, just like Bruce Lee says, master the one thing and master it so that you can do it really well. And by then, you will be able to master it, and then you can branch out to the rest of the related skills that you need to have. I actually rate this video as one of the best I've done. I've got inserts of Bruce Lee's kicks and so on. I really enjoyed making that video, and if you've not seen it, please go check it out. I actually think you'll be entertained as well. Alright, go see it. Okay. Alright, the fourth example is this idea of work and inspiration. Many people think in order to create your best work, you need to be inspired. You'll be somewhere in the beach, you are relaxing, and then whack, some kind of inspiration hits you and you do really good stuff. Well, but actually no, it's the other way around. You work hard. You really work hard, and the more hard work you put in, and the more chances of inspiration finding you. So this idea of inspiration then work is not quite right. Many artists, professional artists, will tell you it's the fact that the more you work, the more inspirations you get. The next example, the fifth one, is this idea that quality trumps quantity. And in actual fact, actually, it should be the other way around. You should focus on getting as many sketches in. In other words, quantity. You're swapping quantity for quality. Don't think so much about quality. Just get the quantity in. In some ways, this is the same as the swapping mental model as before, that inspiration comes from work, not work from inspiration. What you will discover, like I did, is that the more quantity I put in, my quality gets better. So I hope you like this swap of thinking in quantity rather than quality. This is not very intuitive. Okay, the sixth and last example I'll give you, actually there are plenty, but I'm just gonna stop here because I can just go on and on. It's this idea that you should plan first and not just go straight to paint first. The beginners will always sit down, plonk themselves somewhere and paint first, and then plan, right? The sequence is absolutely wrong. So this idea is from my first quote breakdown. It's a quote that I really like. It's plan like a turtle, paint like a rabbit. This is from Edgar Whitney. He was a famous art teacher in the 50s, 60s. He, basically a lot of the famous artists who are in their 80s and so on today, watercolorists that is, would have traced their teaching or some of the concept from design from Ed Whitney. So if you have not seen the video, I'll put a link right here to this video, and I hope you will catch it as well. That brings us to all the 6 ideas of swap or mental map, if you like, replacing the old ways of thinking to a different way of thinking, and hopefully that will just booster up your creativity when you think about it. So my hope is that with these 6 ideas, you can create your own version of swapping your mental model. Now, if you find some other mental model swap that you like to share, please put it down in the description below, and feel free to share it. I'll be happy to acknowledge you as well. So thanks for watching wherever you are. Stay safe. Bye for now.